How's it going, everybody? My name is Dorky Dad, and today we're going to be covering a game called Solo Leveling Arise. This is the newest game coming from Netmarble that will globally launch on May the 8th. But if you're in the soft launch country, which is Canada, and among a few others, I believe, then you can go ahead and download it now, whether that be for your phone or the PC client. I'm playing on the PC client. I greatly prefer to play these sort of games with my joystick controller because it just seems to have a lot more control than if I were to be playing on the phone, for sure. And also, I'd be worried that this intensity, this quality of a game and graphics would blow my phone up. And I don't want that to happen because I like my phone. But in this video, I want to just quickly talk about the gameplay, talk about the different modes at your disposal, and then maybe some of the monetary elements to the game so you know what you're getting yourself into, and then the progression path. So let's go ahead and let's jump into some gameplay to start this off. So this is just a regular story mission. If you're familiar with the anime Solo Leveling, which has quickly taken Crunchyroll by storm, as well as anime fans everywhere, you'll notice this is one of the opening dungeons the primary hero goes through. And there are primary hero matches where you're going to be using Sun Jin Woo, and then there's going to be hunter missions where if you look at the bottom left corner, you can see 3 characters that I have unlocked. I can call them in to help me do assists that are going to attack my enemies, but there's also modes where you're going to play as those characters instead of Jin Woo, which is a lot of fun, and it's one of the primary methods that we're going to be, collecting gear, putting investments into, so on and so forth. But as you can see, it is like a hack and slash game where you want to dodge the enemy, put out status effects, react to certain button commands that pop up, hit them with a stellar ultimate, and of course, bring the boss's life to 0 before yours goes to 0. The gameplay, it feels really, really smooth. You did see it kind of stagger right there. I think that is either just my game was still downloading, or it's because it's the soft launch and going from there. But besides just like reskinned bosses, there are very unique bosses, including the giant snake that we do see in the subway in the anime. This fight is very dynamic. The boss does a lot of cool interactive things, and it's very immersive, and you're going to be able to fight this boss both as the main character and as the hunter characters as well. But it's not just going to be the story mission. There's also encore missions where we can face a bunch of the bosses that you're going to fight in the story mission with them scaling up. And you're going to do this to unlock different sort of artifacts, which is going to be one of the progression paths. And it's just a lot of fun. So the bosses, you don't just fight them the first time when they're on easy mode. They scale up, they do new things. It's a lot of fun. Another mode is gates. Gates are going to be a daily chore for you sort of thing, where you get a certain amount of keys, you go through gates, you're going to get experience, which will gate you from parts of the story, and you're going to get another resources that you can use to upgrade your weapons, which is a lot of fun. But the gameplay at its core is going to be the same as what you just saw from the story. We're going to go through a level, there's going to be waves, there's going to be a boss at the end that is sort of representative of the enemies that we fought along the way, whether that be demons, goblins, bears in this case, rock golems, we saw wolves already. There is a plethora of enemies at our disposal, so it's not stagnant at all. I've never felt like I've seen the same boss far too often, except when I was doing the story mission and trying to 3-star a mission. Yeah, because it's hard. The game definitely gets hard. It's really easy at first, and then it starts scaling up and becomes more and more fun, more and more difficult. And as you get to like the mid game, you really start feeling it, and you know, like, hey, I actually have to level up. I got to grind some power, work on these progression paths, come back and hit it later. And things will be time gated. This is like a mobile-esque game. It's free to play, so you got to either invest time to improve in the game and get cool stuff and go further and enjoy the story, or you got to spend money. That's going to be a decision you have to make for yourself, personal decision. I'll show you what some of the monetary damages could look like. But I do think the game is free-to-play friendly, and the fact that you will just enjoy yourself. You're not going to have to play this game for 10-12 hours a day to do so. You will be gated in that regard, so it's not going to consume your life. And it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, here we're facing a giant bear, lots of cool animations there. I think we're going to actually see an ultimate finisher here. Not that the ultimates are finishers, just I use it to finish the bear off. Yeah, and this is Gates. So this is another game mode. This, I think, is the primary source of kind of daily XP. You can basically get a level per day for Gates. And there is premium currency in this game, like most gacha games, where you're going to be able to buy more gate keys to get more experience. So yeah, that was the finisher animation there. Really, really cool. And there's a lot of cool finisher animations here. But this is your main story hub here, where you can see the story continues. Chapter 8, or Chapter 9, actually, is where, maybe it's 10, is where the first season of the anime ends. So you can see there's actually at least 5 other chapters to go through. And the way the game tells the story of Solo Leveling is really, really, really cool. So they do it in a bunch of your, favorite ways that you've experienced storytelling. Comic book panels, the old school RPG method where they're kind of standing there. There's voice acting like crazy. They do not deviate from the story. It's as mature as the show is. I would think there's a little bit less gore, but there's definitely the same amount of feels, which I thought was really, really cool, as you see here. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the show, stop watching. This is where one of the guys is kind of showing his true colors, and our hero's got to take the charge of the situation, which I thought was really cool. And then, our name's Dorky Dad. We got to hit on this. Let's go ahead and skip ahead so we don't do too many spoilers for people. And then you can see this is another way that they tell the stories. So I thought it was really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed the story the first time around in the show and again in the game. Now let's quickly talk about progression paths. So you will get levels on your character, and just like in the show, you can put them into 5 different attributes. I, just like the character in the show, stacked a lot of strength, did some precision. There's skills you can put different runes on that'll change the way skills work. You can unlock new skills. Blessing stones, I have no idea what that is. There's jobs, just like in the show again. So assassin, night lord, necromancer. You get different abilities, different costumes, different benefits. Really, really cool aspect there. Of course, your equipment, you got gear. And there are different progression paths in that as well. We talked about just the regular artifact gear that you get from those encore missions, as well as gates. So there's a lot of things that can go into your main character. And the same thing with your hunters. So again, in basically every single game mode, you're either going to use the main character and have 3 team-up animation people that can come in and help, or you'll be using those 3 people, or however many you unlock, to tackle missions themselves. Your weapons, they can get levels up on them as well as ascending in rank. This is like most gacha games where you gotta feed the weapon another copy of that weapon, level it up, and the strength gets stronger. Your weapons get skills. I just leveled up the left bumper hit on that weapon, which is going to increase its power a lot. The artifacts themselves, the chest, the arms, the helmet, and the legs, they could all get levels as well. And unlike other games, this one has a built-in pity system when you start failing. So as you see there, it just added 1% increased chance to actually improve. So you're not going to constantly fail. And then I got to show you this. So it is a gacha game at the end of the day. So we're going to have tickets that we can open up to potentially get characters. There's a pity timer here. If we open up to 80, we are guaranteed to get an SSR character. And if you look at the top left there, if we draw 10 at once, we're guaranteed to get an SR or higher. So you want to open up in packs of 10 if you are already playing the game. And if you're lucky, like I was here, you might see this animation and you're going to get an absolutely amazing character. Or maybe just an okay weapon. Well, the first one I got was a weapon. I was very excited. It went on Jinwoo. It was really powerful. It's definitely carried me. And then here, I got a cool character. We're going to go ahead and skip this. And then, you always get excited when you see these in one of these games, right? Because you know you hit the jackpot, especially if you weren't near the pity timer. One thing I will say that I do dislike about this game is the pity timer for the like spotlight characters. It doesn't guarantee them. You could just get any SSR character and that will erase your pity timer, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think that's actually more industry standard. I've never played Genshin Impact. My understanding it is similar to that. All right, the store. What can you expect from the store? Well, of course, they got their monthly passes. The premium currency gems turn into the pink flower you see at the top there. There are things you can buy to get big benefits from beating the story missions, doing all this, that. They're kind of one-time purchases. They're very expensive. I'm not interested in any of them. There are these gem purchases, which again is one of the premium currencies. We have more rally packs, level reach packs, and then we got the exchange shop, which this is kind of in-game currency you're going to spend. So this is the fun shop to go to when you have stuff that you could buy. But the offers don't end there, as with any mobile game or really any game that comes to you free to play, because this game is technically free. You could download it and just play it as you go. They're going to have a battle pass, they call it a hunter pass, with a common, premium, and deluxe version. You can see I bought the deluxe version. I thought it would unlock the premium. It doesn't, but I think that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. You are going to have to do missions, so not only do you have to buy the pass, but you got to do missions to unlock the pieces in it. The game has events. You can pay to get through these events very quickly, but they also seem pretty free-to-play friendly. Like this current event that's happening, this capsule draw, I will definitely get that SSR weapon for the new character. The Hunter preview, so there's a new Spotlight character, the White Fang. They actually let you play as that character before you try and like buy him, which is great. Login calendars, because that's what all these games have, and I think that's gonna kind of wrap it up for what I want to show you in this video. In the next videos, we'll go over other aspects of the game. I thoroughly enjoy the game. I've been playing it for a few hours every single day for the last, I think it's 5 days now, which seems to really drop off now that I'm in day 5. I'm much more gated by like the keys I have, the level of my account, stuff like that, which is healthy, right? I don't have to sit here and play the game for 5 hours. It's a nice hobby game, I would say. But let me know what you were thinking about Solo Level Arise. Did you watch the anime? Are you looking to continue that story? Do you like these type of games? Are you kind of scared of that card system? I know I'm pretty apprehensive of that card system too. But more than anything else, like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be covering this game, maybe other games, but I think probably going to stick to solo leveling because I've been thoroughly enjoying this. Alright guys, that's it from me. Stay happy, healthy, and have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully. Until then, see you later. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.